All right, good morning. My name is Eric, and this is my home. This is a 2020 Subaru Forester, and I've been living in this for 17 and a half months as I've been traveling around the country. And I believe today is day 14 of a 30-day series. Day 14? Hang on, so let me check. All right, yeah, day 14 of a 30-day series where I am showing you how I live out of this car every single day. Last night, I had to stay in a city, which is called stealth camping. So I'm parked on the side of a street, just directly across the street from a neighborhood. And I had to do this the other night as well. I had to sleep in the city, and I just stayed in a parking lot of a hotel. Now, usually the way I get out of the car in the mornings when I ever have to stealth camp is I'll take down all of my reflectives here in the windows, check outside, just peek outside just to see if anybody's around, and then I'll crawl up the back. But however, I'm not going to do that this morning because there's so many cars coming and going. So I'm going to do something I don't like to do, which is I'm going to swing my legs around and I'm going to get in the driver's seat up there. One of my reflectors actually already fell down, and I'm just going to drive away. I'm never going to get out of the car. And this way, no one sees me crawling out of the back and thinking, hey, did you sleep there? So that's what I'm going to do. All right, let's go ahead and take down all the reflectives. All right. Shoot, I was almost thinking the coast is clear. I could have just crawled out the back here, but then I noticed there's some people walking this way. Some kids or something, which probably wouldn't matter if I crawled out the back. They wouldn't care. But I'm still going to spin my legs around and just go into the front seat. Ugh. Oh, man. I just remembered my shoes are back there. Oh, man. I really hate doing that. And there's some people there who probably just saw me do that. Oh well, can't win them all. Oh look, there's a hot air balloon. All right, I don't know if he slept here last night, but he is not being very stealthy. All right, this might be too much information, but I really need to use the restroom really bad, so I'm gonna hit up this hotel lobby and do that. I probably shouldn't say that, but then again, I have an internet show, so no holds barred here. Okay, didn't know you were there. Sorry.
Going to the mechanic, get to spend money I really don't have. Today's not that bad though. I'm just doing an alignment, so it's the cheapest thing I'm doing through all this car maintenance I need to do on my car. Gotta be done.
In Mercedes, most people who report on the phone.
All right, well, busy day. I have not done a lot of filming today because I have mostly just been sitting around on my computer doing work and doing a lot of research, which I'll talk about in a second. But overall, my day has been good. I went to the mechanic this morning and I got the alignment done. But as I was at the mechanic, we were talking about how much stress I'm really putting my car through. So this car was not intended for the way that I use this car. And not just for full-time living. It's more the fact that I put this car through some pretty off-road conditions. Not extreme conditions, but definitely more off-road. This is an SUV, technically, yes. And Subarus have that notability to like, hey, they can go off-road. But I'm on it a lot more than usual. And I am loading this car down with so much stuff that I am putting a lot of stress on the factory components of this vehicle. So I've been talking to the mechanic about maybe doing some things to this car that would help it a lot.
I don't want to say yet because I'm still in the talks of talking to him financially, like how much it would cost and what they can do and what they can provide and everything. So I don't want to say it yet, but I feel like you probably know where I'm going with this. But in the next couple of days, I may be talking about some upgrades that I may be doing to this vehicle. And they're upgrades that I've been wanting to do for a long time. But as I'm talking to people, now I'm finding out how much I really need it. Because again, I'm putting this car through a lot more than it should be. Again, I'll talk about that more as I get more information. But two is I got done the mechanic and I needed to finish the upload for you guys, finish the edit for you and upload. So I went to the library and did that. And it has now gone into the late afternoon, early evening, and I need to A, cook, and B, show you my sleeping setup. And I want to do that before it gets dark. So let's go ahead and do that. Hi. So the first thing I need to do before I go ahead and lay down for the night is I need to pump up this mattress. This mattress is called a deep sleep mattress and it is specifically made for this car. The company makes mattresses for different types of Toyotas, different types of Subarus, different types of Fords. All you do is go to their website, tell them the make and mileage you have, and then if you want to have it on the driver's side or passenger side, and it is specifically cut out to fit that car. This is a foam and air mattress. So half of it is foam, half of it is air, and I have to pump it up at night. So it comes with this little airbag here. So that's what I'm gonna do first. That's the first thing I do is pump up the mattress so I can sleep on it comfortably. Hi. So the second thing I need to do is go ahead and get the sleeping bag ready for sleeping. So obviously I'm gonna unzip it. I'll pull it back and open it up. And I do keep some clothes in there so that I can sleep in when it's really cold. So I have some wool socks, I have a hoodie, and I have some flannel pajama bottoms. So if it's really cold outside, I'll dress in that. But right now, I'm just gonna throw that out of the way. And then I'll open this all up because the way I crawl into the car is through the back. So I open this up so that when I get into the car, I get in from like my backside. I will kind of get in the car backwards and then I'll lay down backwards. And so that way this thing's all opened up. I'm not laying on it closed up and then having to unzip it while I'm like laying on it. That's gonna be really uncomfortable. So I open it all up and then get into the car. All right, so now I'm in the car, I'm ready to go to bed, I'm ready to fall into my bed, and this is why I said I actually kind of get in backwards, because I'm actually just gonna kind of fall into my open sleeping bag this way. Now the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my shoes off, because I don't wanna get any dirt in my car. And the way I prevent even more dirt getting in my car is I take my shoes and I put them in these shower caps. That way all the dirt from the bottom of the shoes stays in the shower cap. And right over here next to my bed, there's like a little cutout in the back of the car. And that's where I put them. It kind of fits kind of perfectly. So now, put this shoe in there. Both shoes are in shower caps right there. I'm gonna use my key fob to close the door after I've gotten into the car. All right, wow, that sun is right in my eyes. All right, I am now in the car. The back hatch is closed. I'm ready to change into any pajamas if it's cold enough I need it. So I put all the pajamas, all the, the layers I was talking about, like the wool socks, the flannel pajamas, and the hoodie that I kept in my sleeping bag all day to stay warm and out of my way. I put those on top of my fridge. And I use the fridge as a nightstand at night. So I will change into these clothes if necessary. I will put on my glasses and I will then put my phone on this little stand right here. And I film on my phone, so I can't show you, but it's just a little phone stand right here. It's actually an iPad stand that I use as a phone stand. And I put it right there, and that way the phone's tilted up and I can see what time it is in the middle of the night. Down here over my shoulder, I really have everything I need. I have a pee bottle, which I'm not gonna show you. The last couple nights have actually been warm enough that I've needed a little camp fan. And again, I can just put it here on my fridge as a nightstand. And the cool thing is, even though this fan is battery powered and it'll run all night on it's got 4 settings. I think it's setting 2. As long as I don't go higher than setting 2, it'll run all night. But my Anchor portable power station is right here. So I'll just plug the fan into it. So that way I don't have to charge this the next day. Because if I run it all night on its battery, even on level 2, it has to be charged next day. So I'll just plug it into here while I'm charging. Same thing with my phone. The cord for the phone is long enough that it'll just go right to the portable power station. So it's kind of convenient that everything is right here where I need it. The only thing that's kind of a pain is if I have to reach over in the mornings and grab anything out of my closet, which is where you're looking at me from. My closet over there has got all my shirts and pants and everything. So before I get into bed, I forgot to mention this earlier, on this nightstand area, I'll actually put fresh boxers, fresh socks, if I'm gonna change into a different shirt or different pants or anything for the next day. Shorts, if I know I'm gonna wake up, it's gonna be really hot, I'll put those here. So everything will go right here. So this fridge has doubled as a nightstand at night. And that's basically it. I think the next steps are pretty self-explanatory. I just fall asleep. I did forget to mention that before I crawl into the car to go to sleep, I'll take my contacts out and brush my teeth, usually back here with the slide out kitchen area. So I use this as a table. I do have a little mirror here that I will just hang. There's a little hook here in the back of the hatch. And so I'll just pull that down and I hang the mirror right on it. So now I can use the mirror if I need to take my contacts out, brush my teeth or anything. All right, well, that's it. I mean, it's not rocket science. I'm just crawling to my car to go to sleep at night. It's just the fact that it is a car. And I have to kind of duck my head when I get in the back here, as you probably notice, because I'm a little tall, so I have to kind of duck my head as I get into the back. But once I'm laying down, I'm actually quite comfortable. If I stretch out and point my toes down, then my toes will hit the hatch when it's closed, and my head will hit the back of the passenger seat back there. I don't really push it up too much because I have my closet and stuff up there. But if I don't stretch out, none of that happens. It's only when I stretch out. So other than that, I sleep really, really comfortably. And by the way, this is that mattress I was talking about, Deep Sleep. I'm not affiliated with them anyway. I bought this with my own money. I just think it's a really, really good mattress. I did a pretty good deep dive into this mattress if you're interested, so I'll put a link right here to that video right now. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get dinner going, and then I'm gonna try to DoorDash tonight because someone had mentioned to try to DoorDash on Thursday nights during football, which is a really good idea. So I kinda need to hurry because the sun is about to set in a little bit, and it takes a strong hour for me to do anything with dinner. And I have some food in here that I have to cook or it's gonna go to waste, so I can't do another dehydrated meal tonight. So I probably won't film a lot tonight while I'm doing the kitchen and everything, because it just takes an extra time to do that. Maybe I'll do a quick shot of what I made for dinner, but other than that, I'm gonna try to get out and do some door dashing tonight. Cooking my dinner in the park, like nothing. All right, this is all the stuff that I had to cook up before I went bad. So I have some marinated chicken that's been sitting in some lemon pepper, along with some Brussels sprouts and potatoes. All right, definitely one of the fastest I've ever set up the kitchen, cooked my meal, eaten my meal, and broken down the kitchen. But I was just kind of racing there. So it's a little past sunset now, so I'm about to get out there and start door dashing. Go ahead and cue the DoorDash sound. There it is. Picking up 2 orders, Jose and Kayla. Hey, doing a DoorDash for Beverly. Oh yeah, I'm picking up for Hugo. Yep, Nikki. One of the benefits of having a car fridge is things like Frosties and stuff can stay cool in there while I'm driving it to the customer. Okay, pick up for Jenny. All right, so I'm delivering to an apartment complex right now, and apartment complexes are the worst. They make it so hard to find what you're looking for. And right now this one's kind of lit up okay, but often I just can't see the numbers because it's just too dark. So that's where I have these hood lights right here. I have one on the left and I have one on the right. So watch this. When I turn that on, bam, now I can see so much easier addresses that are hidden. Same thing on the right side, so much better. Like I have those because I do a lot of overlanding. I'm in dark, BLM spots all the time. I cannot imagine doing door dashing without these things on your car, because I come across neighborhoods and apartments all the time that do not have any street lights or don't have any porch lights on, and you can't see the numbers on the side of the house. Like I use these every single time I door dash at night. Every single time, doesn't matter where I'm at. All right, well, I am home for the night. Another lovely parking lot of a hotel. But I got done door dashing and tonight was so much better. So much better. It was one order after another, which was super nice. All in all, I worked for 2 hours and 48 minutes and I made $22 an hour. It was not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad. Door dashing is not a way to get rich. Unless you are willing to put in literally like 10-hour days and work like 7 days a week. it is just not a way to make a lot of money. And even then, you have to think that they're not taking out money for taxes. And, again, you're putting a lot more miles on your car. You're spending a lot more in gas. So it doesn't really benefit you hugely unless you just do a lot of it. And again, consider that you need to put some aside for taxes and all that. But I really only do it a few times every couple months. It's just when I just need kind of fast, quick cash. So not a quick, rich scheme, but it is something that I do. And the other great thing about door dashing is I can literally do it anywhere. I can do it in any city, anytime that fits into my schedule. I'm not bound to them to say, well, I have to start working at 9 o'clock or 8 o'clock or whatever and work till 5. Like, I can work completely around my schedule and when I'm in a big enough city that allows it, and just do it until I'm done doing it. So that's going to be it for this video. Not the most exciting one, but at least you got to see a little bit of like how I kind of get into the car, set up the car. Tonight, because I am stealth camping, the one thing I didn't mention is I'll put up all my window coverings, but I've talked about those in the past 2 videos now, so that's not exactly new information. Tomorrow, I am going to go ahead and stay in town. Even though I am done with all my car maintenance, I am going to go ahead and stay in town. 2 things happening. One is I may have some other car stuff coming up that I need to take care of, but I'm still kind of talking to the people about getting the parts and what the price is going to be and everything. And then 2 is all along the western coast, there's about to be some really bad rain and stuff headed this way. For the past week that I've been here, it has been gorgeous. It has been sunny almost every single day. It has been in the 70s like every single day. I think one day it actually reached up to the low 80s. It has just been absolutely stunning here. But all that's about to change in the next couple days because the entire West Coast is going to see rain. And when I say West Coast, I mean, I've looked. From Twin Falls, Idaho, all the way down to Phoenix, Arizona is going to get constant rain for the next couple of days. Because, that's the nice thing about having a home on wheels is when the weather's bad, just pick up and go somewhere else. So I was thinking about doing that. I was like, I'll drive a couple hours if it means that I won't be in terrible weather. But you really can't avoid it. So staying in this area will at least be a city where I can DoorDash. It's not going to be a lot of fun DoorDashing in the rain, but what else am I going to do? Most of my life consists of being outside this car. So I can't go on hikes. I can't go to parks. I can't do anything because it's just going to be rain and you're just going to be tromping through mud and everything. So I'd rather just kind of stay here, work, make some extra money with the door dashing. I can go into a library and work, which is much more convenient than sitting in my car and working in a BLM spot when it's pouring down rain. So, all that said, this is kind of the best place I can stay at. Plus, the weather's going to get much cooler after the rain comes. But again, I started looking at other places, and other places start seeing snow after the rain comes. At least I don't think they're going to get snow here in St. George. I don't actually know if it ever snows here in St. George, honestly. But I don't think they're going to get snow here. The temperatures are going to definitely dip. But again, at least I have the beauty of being able to go into a library to work where there's heat, and other places I can get inside when it's cold and raining out. So that's what's coming up in the future for me. But for tomorrow, it'll be another day of taking you around town and showing you how I make things happen in this little 33 square foot home. Thanks for escaping normal life with me. Oh, one more thing before I let you go. I didn't show you this earlier because it was daylight and you wouldn't see them, but I actually have some little fairy lights I put on in the car before I go to bed, and this allows me to see in the car when I crawl in the back, but also it's not like a big bright LED light from the dome light in the car. Plus, I try not to use the LEDs in the car too much because I just don't want to drain the battery down, but I'll show you what I mean now. All right, so here's what I mean. I have these fairy lights all around the car, up on the ceiling, and this is so nice at night, especially when I have the blackouts up, because this gives me just enough light to see, but it's this warm light. It's not a bright LED light like this dome light here, which is super bright and again just drains my battery. So I like having these little fairy lights. I'll put a link in the description, but honestly I just got these at Walmart.